Huh? Oh goodness. You're a person? I mean, obviously, you're a person. I didn't mean it like that. I just, we haven't seen anybody out here in, well, quite a while. You shouldn't be here. Not because you're in trouble. You're not. I promise you're not in trouble. It's just that this place is very far away from the nearest town, and there aren't any roads for quite a distance, and you're lying in the grass, in the middle of nowhere. Oh dear. You smell like alcohol. Quite a lot of alcohol, actually. I suppose that explains why you're unconscious. Still, that's concerning. Okay. Breathing is steady. Pulse is a little strange, but nothing immediately life-threatening. That's good. That's very good. You know, I really shouldn't be doing anything beyond basic first aid without proper authorization. And you're unconscious, so technically you can't give me permission for anything either. But leaving you out here would violate several safety regulations. So I suppose I have to bring you inside. Okay, please don't wake up yet. Not because I want to do anything bad to you. I just don't want you to try walking around while you're intoxicated. You'd probably fall, and if you fell, you could hurt yourself. And if you hurt yourself, I'd have to treat that. And if I'd have to treat that, I'd rather not talk about it. Okay. Easy. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you're heavier than I expected. Well, not in a bad way. Just, I haven't had to carry anyone in a long time. Not that you're heavy or anything. Sorry, never mind. Okay, I can do this. I'm a doctor. Doctors are supposed to be capable of carrying patients when necessary. Probably. I should really look that up later in a book. Okay. We're almost there. Just stay still for me, okay? You don't need to worry. You're safe now. There. Much better. Are you comfortable? Oh, you're still unconscious. Right. Sorry. Tend to forget that you are. Now, let's see. Your alcohol level is going to be the first problem. If you're going to be treated, we need to make sure there's nothing in your system that can interfere with whatever medication we administer. Alcohol can affect your blood pressure, your heart rate, your nervous system, and it can interact with all sorts of medicines. So we absolutely cannot start experimenting with anything until that's dealt with. I mean, experimenting sounds rather ominous, doesn't it? That's not what I meant. We aren't going to do anything reckless. We're going to monitor you, flush the alcohol from your system safely, keep track of your vital signs, and only then we can start asking questions, because you are rather unusual. I don't recognize your clothing. You don't appear to have any identification when I went through your pockets. Oh, and you're carrying absolutely nothing that tells me where you came from. It's almost as though you just appeared. That's fascinating. I've read about cases like this, but I've never actually encountered one myself. And I've certainly never encountered one this close. Sorry. That sounded strange. And I wasn't trying to stare. I'm just curious. Very curious. I've always been curious. Sometimes too curious. That's one of my worst habits. Anyway, first things first. Medical treatment. Curiosity can come second. Rules come first. Always. Your heart rate is settling down. That's good. Your temperature is normal. Also good. Your breathing is steady. Very good. You're going to be okay. You probably won't remember much of this when you wake up. That's actually normal. Alcohol can interfere with memory formation, especially when someone's had enough to become unconscious. So, if you wake up confused, don't panic. I'll explain everything. I'll tell you exactly where you are, I'll tell you what happened, and I'll answer any questions you have. Well, as long as the questions aren't classified. There are some things I can't discuss. Doctor-patient confidentiality and laboratory regulations. Rules, remember? I'm going to start the fluids now. Nothing experimental, just a little treatment. You need time, that's all. Your body has to process the alcohol and we shouldn't try to rush that process. We'll monitor you while it does. Just a little pinch. Okay, you ready? Oh, I know you're unconscious. I still think it's polite to warn you though. There. All done. See? Not so bad. Now you wait. You know, I've been thinking, and I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but I've never had a patient quite like you. Most people who come here already know why they're here. Well, you don't. You don't seem to know where here is, and yet there's something different about you. Your physiology isn't behaving exactly the way I expected. I've checked your pulse 3 times. Each time I got a slightly different result. Your temperature is stable, but your circulation is strange. Not dangerous, just strange. Okay, I'm writing that down. Strange. Very professional. I'll use that. I'll use better terminology later. There. That's better. You had a little bit of dirt on your cheek. I suppose that's what happens when someone is found unconscious in a field. I wonder how you ended up there. Did you get lost? Were you traveling? Did someone leave you there? Or did you come here intentionally? No, that doesn't make sense. You were intoxicated. You probably don't even remember. I shouldn't speculate. Facts first, hypotheses later. That's another rule. Your alcohol level is dropping. Good, very good. That means we can eventually move on to the next phase. But not yet. We need to be patient. I know I said I was curious. I am, very. But being curious doesn't mean I get to ignore safety. Although, I did bring out the equipment already, just in case. Not because I intend to use it immediately, I just wanted to look at it. And maybe organize it and perhaps prepare a few harmless tests. Observational ones, nothing invasive, just things like reflex responses, pupil reactions, coordination, maybe blood chemistry. And if you're awake by then, I can ask you questions directly. That would be much better. I'd rather hear things from you than make assumptions. Besides, I want to know your name. Almost there. Almost there. You're doing well. I know you can't hear me, or, well, maybe you can. I've never been entirely sure how unconscious people process sound. If you can hear me, you don't have to be afraid. I won't hurt you, I promise. I follow the rules and I'm a doctor, even if I'm a somewhat unusual doctor. Oop, sorry, that was my tail. It gets in the way sometimes, especially when I'm nervous, which is fairly often. You might notice it when you wake up. It's okay, you can ask about it. I won't be offended. Oh, there we go. Your levels are finally low enough. Good, very good. That means that alcohol is no longer our immediate concern. Now we can begin, but slowly, one test at a time. I'll explain everything before I do it. If you're awake, I'll ask permission, and if you're not, I'll stick to the safest possible observations until you are. That's the rule. You know, I think I'm going to stay right here just for a little while and watch your vitals, and maybe when you wake up, you can tell me who you are, where you came from, and why you're out there, and what you are. Because between you and me, I have a feeling you're going to teach me something I've never seen before. So, I guess I should let you rest and take your time. You don't need to wake up yet. The lavatory is quiet. I'll take care of you until you wake up. What's that noise? Oh, you're awake. Please don't move too quickly. Okay, just stay still for a moment, okay? You've been unconscious for quite a while and your body is still recovering. Can you hear me? Oh, you can? Oh, that's good. That's really good. I'm Piparu. I'm a doctor and you're found unconscious outside. You had quite a lot of alcohol in your system, so I brought you here and treated you. It's okay, you're safe, and you're not in immediate danger. Now, can you speak? No? You can't? Okay, that's alright. Don't force yourself. Can you understand what I'm saying? Oh, good. I'm glad. Then we'll do things a little differently. Since you can't speak right now, you can answer my questions with your head. One nod for yes, and shake your head for no. Can you do that? Good, that's perfect. You're doing very well already. Okay, before we do anything else, I need to ask you some basic questions. Are you in pain? No? Good. Are you feeling dizzy? No? Nauseous? No? Are you having trouble breathing? Okay, good. Can you move your fingers? Excellent. And your toes? Good. Everything seems fairly stable. Now, there's something important I need to tell you. You are currently inside my laboratory. I brought you here because you are unconscious and alone. I know that waking up somewhere unfamiliar can be frightening, so I'm going to explain everything I do before I do it. Nothing should happen without you knowing what I'm doing. If I ask you a question and you don't understand it, just shake your head and I'll explain it again. Alright? Good. Now, I have to admit something. I was very curious about you before you woke up. Your body reacted strangely to the alcohol. Just unusual. I've never encountered anything quite like it, so I'd like to perform a few experiments. Very simple ones, mostly observational. I'm not going to hurt you, and I'm not going to start with anything invasive, I promise. Would you be willing to let me examine you? Yes? Thank you very much. I'll be careful, okay? Let's start with your eyes. I'm going to shine a small light toward them. It might be bright, it shouldn't hurt, just try to keep your eyes open, okay? Ready? Alright. Look straight ahead. Good. Now follow the light. Slowly. To the left. And to the right. Good. Very good. Up. Down. Excellent. Interesting. Your pupils are responding normally, mostly. There's a slight delay, but that's not enough to be dangerous. But definitely unusual. Next, I'm going to check your reflexes. This will be very quick. I'll tap your knee. You might feel a little movement. That's all. Ready? Okay. There. Good. Other side. Interesting. A little slower on the left. Could be residual effects from the alcohol. Or something else. I don't want to jump to conclusions. Now, I'd like to check your sense of touch. I'm going to touch your hand. You don't have to see anything. Just nod if you can feel it, alright? Good. Can you feel that? Yes? Good. Here? Yes? And here? Good. Everything seems intact. You're doing very well. I know this must be strange, waking up in a laboratory with a doctor asking you questions and not being able to speak. But you're safe and you can trust me. Now, this next experiment is a little more interesting. I prepared several harmless samples. They're all sealed. I'm not going to make you drink anything. I just want to see how you react to their smells. Well, actually, that's not quite accurate. I want to see whether your sense of smell is different from an ordinary human's, because I noticed something when I was carrying you here. Your sense of smell be unusually strong, so let's test that. I'm going to hold this a little distance from you. Tell me if you can smell it. You can nod for yes. Can you smell it? You can? Even from there? Oh, that's fascinating. Alright, let's try another. Can you smell this one? Yes? Interesting. And this one? Yes again. Your sense of smell really is stronger than expected. Okay, no more smelling things. I don't want to overwhelm you. We can take our time. Actually, one more thing I want to test. Your hearing. I'm going to make a very quiet sound on either side of you. You simply nod if you hear it, alright? Okay, good. Do you hear that? Yes? And that? Yes. You're remarkably responsive. You know, I was expecting you to be frightened. Most people would be, but you've been incredibly cooperative, even though you can't speak. Actually, I'm beginning to wonder something. Can I ask you a slightly strange question? Are you human? You don't have to be embarrassed. There are no wrong answers. Just say yes or no. No? Oh. Oh my. I knew it. Sorry. That was unprofessional. I shouldn't sound excited about your answer. It's just, I've never met anyone like you. And now I have so many questions. Too many questions. Are you dangerous? No? Good, that's very reassuring. Do you know what you are? Yeah? You do? Then do you remember where you came from? No? That's okay. Don't strain yourself trying to remember. Your memory may still be affected. We'll figure it out one question at a time. I have one final experiment for today. It's something I've been developing. A medicine. It's not finished, so I haven't tested it on anyone. That's why... actually no. Forget that. That's not something I should offer you. Not without proper testing. Rules. Remember, I need to follow them, even if I'm curious. We'll stick to safe observations today. Tomorrow, perhaps we can begin with blood work. Only if you're willing, and only if you're feeling well enough. Would you allow me to examine you tomorrow? Yes? Thank you. I appreciate that. For now, you should rest. Here's this blanket I have. Your body has been through a lot. and you've only just woken up. You don't need to understand everything tonight. You don't need to remember everything either. And you certainly don't need to force yourself to speak. Just nod or shake your head when you need to. I'll understand. And if you're scared, you can tell me, even if you can't use your words. I'll still listen. It's okay. You're safe here. I'll stay nearby, and tomorrow we'll discover a little more about you. Good night. Rest well. Oh, and thank you for trusting me. Okay, good night.